So you're single. Good news! With the advent of social media and online apps, finding your soulmate has never been easier. But there's a catch. As it turns out, dating in the modern age feels a little bit more like ordering off a menu than finding the person you're meant to be with. Swiping through watered-down profiles designed to be consumed in a minute or less is utilitarian at best and dystopian at worst. But with the rise of the internet, is there really any other way? Welcome to the future of modern dating. Hello, welcome back to the channel for the fourth video of the series of Life Through Gaming. I realized I actually forgot to say that the last video. Really hoping that any new viewers watching that weren't confused and didn't know what the heck was going on. But I actually don't even know if there was new viewers because I am pre-recording all of these for like the first 4, which means that I don't know if anybody's actually watching. If you are watching and if you're a new viewer, thank you for being here. Welcome. We are gonna play some Kitty Powers today, which, oh my god, throwback to 2014. I used to play this game, honestly, in my free time. I freaking loved this game. This is a game about, you know, being the little bug in somebody's ear, following them on dates, and trying to find their perfect match. So I thought, you know, it'd be the perfect game for this topic.
How lovely it is to see you 2 days in a row.
I forgot that I did name my character Tits McGee, and she says 2 days in a row because I opened it yesterday to make sure that it was working. I do need to change her look a little bit because this is not what I look like anymore, so BRB, let me do that, and then we're gonna hop into it. Wait, when I try to edit it, it won't let me do tits anymore. Oh no. Well, in that case, I don't want it. Okay, well, I can't change her then. This is just what she's gonna look like. She's very out of date. All right, let's get into it. We gotta make some couples happen, baby. So for today's topic, I thought that we could talk about modern dating, the pitfalls of modern dating, and maybe finding your soulmate, which I feel like I kind of lucked out in that department, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. First of all, we need to find a client. So I think the stars are how difficult they are, and it's been a while since I played, so we're gonna go for this guy. So I feel like dating itself has kind of gotten easier in a lot of ways, because it's like, oh, I can just go on my phone and like look for the perfect person. But it also comes with challenges, in my opinion, like the fact that you have to condense yourself into this teeny little online profile and like pray and hope that people will like you. And also just judging other people based on that tiny profile, it kind of feels wrong, you know? Your bad habit is arguing over nothing. That's awful. I'll try to find you a match, but that is kind of a deal breaker, my guy.
That's a classic edgy type right there.
Classic. So like, I actually did try online dating very briefly. I was in the online dating scene from my birthday, July 5th, last year, until August 1st. So I was only on the apps for just about 4 weeks, and I felt so bad having to reject people who I thought they asked insightful questions, they had good personality from what I could tell, but I just wasn't attracted to them. And I also fell into the trap of, I hate to say it, but there is another issue with online dating, which is not only do you have to judge people based on, like, never judge a book by its cover, but that's literally what you have to do. There was that, and then there was also, I would often be like, oh, this person, we're vibing really well, let's go on a date, let's see how it is. And then I would get there and I would feel nothing for them, and or they wouldn't look like how I thought that they looked, because pictures can be very deceiving. I won't lie, like, I take horrible photos. Unless I'm taking them myself, I take the worst photos imaginable. And you know what? So does my boyfriend. And I like to think that we're both relatively good-looking people in real life, but we just don't photograph well. And I feel like there's a lot of people in that camp, but also there appears to be, and I hate to say this, but there appears to be people who are in the other camp where they photograph really well, and then they don't look like that in real life. And I just, you know, it's tough to judge someone just in such a superficial, just surface level way. It sucks. It really sucks. And I felt so bad just rejecting people. You know what? I do want to see what his secrets are, because I feel like this guy is the right choice, but I just don't know, so. Hipster shit. I was hoping it would give me some secrets. Well, I guess it's good to know he's hipster, though. I don't think any of them are edgy. Okay, we'll try this guy. Edgy, there we go. But anyways, let's get these two on a date and then I'll keep talking about it. I'm gonna try for easy. Watch the envelope, watch the envelope. This one, we want this one. Oh, it's gone. I think this was it, but I lost it immediately. Ah, shit. Fancy. I wasn't going for fancy. Aw, crap. Do I have any gifts for him? Ooh, edgy. They would like a black rose. Ooh, or skull ring. We're gonna do this one. I mean, this seems good. Sure. I don't know, man. I also feel like a lot of these are timed, like timed minigames, which is gonna make it a little harder to discuss things with you guys while I am freaking out about what needs to be done. Oh, crap. What do you mean? Oh, because he's a VIP. Maybe this will help? Oh, thank God. Oh, that's unfortunate. I've already got one strike. Okay, cold with fish. Got it. Oh God, it's all in Italian. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Risotto. I don't know if it is cold, but this has fish in it. Ah, crap. It had fish. I don't know. I'm doing my best here. Anyway, so back to the topic at hand. Being in online dating, that scene, I'm so glad it lasted only 4 weeks for me, and I happened to find my perfect guy after only 4 weeks. I only went on actually 4 dates, technically, including him. It was him and 2 other guys. I went on 2 dates with one guy and then decided that it wasn't going anywhere. Went with 1 date with the other guy and was like, he's nice, but I wasn't attracted to him, kind of a way. And then when I was talking to like 9 people at once, and I was putting in the work, let me tell you. I was being insightful and creative and funny in my messages, and I had 9 people on the hook. And I happened to get a super swipe from this guy, and I went to his profile and I was like, oh my God, this guy's so hot. Why is he swiping on me? I'll give him a chance, but I feel like he's definitely like a himbo or something. My first message to him was, you look like you're gonna break my heart, but against my better judgment, I'm intrigued. And then we started talking and things escalated and we went on a date and I was like, this is the hottest man alive. And also he's really cute in person and he's really funny and we talk really well. We have a great time. We actually we went on a barcade date, and then after we finished with the barcade, we went and sat on a bench and we just talked for like 3 hours and we ended up going home at 1 a.m. So there I am Ubering home at 1 a.m. being like, if this guy doesn't call me, I will hunt him down. I actually told him on the day it was going so well, I was like, all right, so what are we gonna do about this? Clearly we're into each other. We live an hour away from each other. You wanna make this work? And he was like, yeah. I knew what I wanted. I went into it and I was like, this is my man. I would like to think that we found each other for a reason. And I'm just head over heels with this man. It's almost been a year now and he's the best. And I love him very much. So Jared, if you're listening to this, you already know how I feel about you. It's whatever. I'm sure he's fine about the fact that I'm talking about this. But yeah, I feel like it really, really worked out for me. And I think it could really, really work out for you too. So we're gonna talk about it. Oh no! I guess we needed to go on another date. Damn it. No! I thought they got along pretty well except for the horrible story in the middle, but like, how was I supposed to get that? And you know what? This is more common than you would think, all right? So if you're going on dates and you feel like they're not going well, just know I was there. I've been there. I went on a few dates where I felt like they went well, but I wasn't interested in the person. Someone better for you? Okay, VIP, all right. Oh, not my reputation. Oh God. Well, we'll find somebody new for you, or we won't. Maybe we'll just go find somebody else. Oh my God, he's so sad now. Well, crap. That was kind of the best person for you. I don't know. I mean, we know that this guy has similar interests here. What is he like? Didgeridoo, growing vegetables, going camping. This guy's such a hippie. There's no way. Give it a shot. He likes green hair. Let's give it a go. I don't know. But yeah, honestly, I'm so surprised that the online dating scene actually worked for me because I was kind of, I didn't enjoy it. I really felt like it was too superficial. And I feel like a lot of people are also in that category where they just feel like it, it's kind of icky. It's a little bit icky. Okay, medium's not that bad. We'll see how it goes. Oh, also, I want to say this, by the way. I was only on the online dating scene for 4 weeks, and I was talking to, 9 to 10 people at once. But that's because I am a woman. I'll be totally honest with you guys, from stories that I've heard from my boyfriend and from just general statistics online, it is so hard for men to get matches. It is so easy for women to get matches. And my boyfriend was on the apps for a decade. 10 years he was on the apps, and he actually, right before he met me, like a month before, he bought the lifetime subscription to Bumble, but now he can't get it refunded because like it worked. He paid money to get super swipes, and the only reason why I gave him a chance was because I saw I got a super swipe and I was like, I'll just try out one more guy, like maybe it's worth it. But he paid like hundreds of dollars, so I like to think that he paid hundreds of dollars to meet me. So Money well spent, in my opinion. Oh, what? Oh, I thought that was a hippie present. So yeah, dating these days, it kind of, I don't know, it feels like back in the day when you were dating someone, there was a buildup, you know? It was very much like the friends to lovers trope, because if you were dating someone, you had to know them in real life, right? You couldn't just find them online. Before the golden age of the internet, basically. For instance, like when I was in high school, I was online, but I wasn't using it to find romantic partners, you know? I had some online friends, but it was never like, I'm here to date. So I ended up finding all of my romantic prospects in high school, people that I was already friends with and was interested in, or, you know, just random crushes that I had on, like, the popular guy, which is hilarious because the popular guy never gave me a moment of his time. But, you know, when you're like 14, you have these delusions, all right? But yeah, when you're an adult, the way that it used to be was you go out and you meet people. You have to go to meetups and clubs and, like, find people in your friend groups and things like that. And in that way, I feel like it's become so much easier to find a date because you don't need to know them ahead of time and you don't need to actively search for them in the real world, you know? There's more options, there's more choices. I never would have met my current boyfriend if we were just meeting each other out in the world because we didn't have any social circles that overlapped. We didn't work in even remotely the same industries. If you don't know where I live, I'm in Boston currently. He lives up north of Boston. The only time I'd ever been up North Shore was to go on dates with him. It was my first time. So there's no way that we would have organically overlapped. But I feel like I have found my soulmate, and I wonder, like, if the universe hadn't made this happen with the advent of the internet, would I just be alone? I don't know. Or would I have to find someone who is, I guess, good enough within my social circles and things like that? So I feel like in that way, the internet has helped with dating, but it's like choosing from a DoorDash menu. It really is. Swiping on people is like the most soulless thing you can do in the dating scene. But, you know, sometimes it works. Like, it worked for me. I'm so glad I don't have to be on the apps anymore. I can't imagine being on the apps for an entire decade, Jared. Not to brag or anything, but I'm his first ever girlfriend. And you will not believe how this man acts for not ever having had a girlfriend. God bless his mother. She put in work. And I appreciate her so much. He is the most, like, kind, respectful, sweet man in existence, and I cannot believe I got so lucky. I'm just happy. I don't want to rub it in. I don't want to, like, you're not getting dates? Well, guess what? I am happy and in love. I don't want to be, like, doing that, but, you know. I want you to know that it's possible. If you feel very, very bummed out by the current state of dating, I just want you to know it's possible to find somebody who fits you really, really well. And it should be considered more of a blessing than a curse that we have so many options, I think. There are so many reasons why online dating is it does feel kind of icky, and like it's a little bit scummy to judge people just based solely on a tiny tidbit of information that you have on them, and quite frankly, pictures of them, which often don't reflect how they actually look. Yay, okay. I mean, they're not a good match, but I mean, if it's the best we got, sure. The internet already feels like we're losing our sense of empathy because everyone's faceless and they don't exist in the same space as us, therefore we just don't see them as like fellow humans. I think there's a big issue with that with the internet right now, especially on social media. Don't even get me started on that. And online dating definitely ties into that, I feel. But as much as it has issues, it does give you the opportunity to meet people that you wouldn't otherwise meet. So there is some upsides to it. But I will say at the same time, like I said, it doesn't give you the opportunity to like be friends with somebody first. I was making very, very good conversation with all of the people that I was talking with. I was like learning their interests, learning their hobbies, you know, like asking very insightful questions because I wanted to know about them before I went on a date with them. I don't want to just show up and be like, I'm attracted to you. That's all I'm going on. Hope that we get along. I wanted to make sure that it was, you know, there was like some actual personality connection there. But I feel like not everybody does that. So I will say, if you are in online dating, would highly recommend just talk to the person for like a week before you even agree to go on a date. Have a conversation every single day. It doesn't even need to be big. It could be something small, like what did you do today? Ask what their hobbies are. Ask about what, you know, their family situation is, what they do for fun. Did they do that today? Are they planning on doing blah, 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 blah this week? Whatever. It's so important to foster that connection first and like figure out if you're actually truly compatible before you go on the date. It's worth it. It's worth it to delve in a little bit more before you jump on the let's go on a date. train. And then you can also like vet the people who are the walking red flags. Thankfully, I never had any of that when I was choosing matches. I could kind of tell right off the bat if somebody was a red flag based on their profile or whatever. But you know, sometimes you just don't know. So it's good to double check that. It's good to vet the people that you are talking to beforehand. I wish I could give you some like good tips and tricks on how to date in the modern world. But honestly, like I don't know what I'm doing. I never hit the dating scene too hard. I was never like going on dates with multiple people during the week trying to find the one, you know? I went on 3 dates with 2 guys, and then I lucked out and I found the one that I want to be with for literally the rest of my life. So I really, I really lucked out in that regard. Also, historically in the past, I haven't been great about like having a crush on someone because they're giving me attention versus being an actual, like a good potential partner. I will say I'll give myself a little bit of a pass in high school because in high school, you're not looking for a potential partner. You're just looking for someone to have fun with and enjoy your time with, really. Like, you're not looking for the one when you're in high school. But I definitely gave a pass to some guys that I shouldn't have. Oh my god, there was this one guy that I was dating for literally like 2 weeks. And then he just randomly texted me one day like, I thought that I wanted to be with you, but it turns out I just wanted what I couldn't get. I only liked you because I couldn't get you, but then when I got you, I didn't want you anymore. And I was like, alright, whatever. Yeah, not a great choice by me. Also, my first ever boyfriend, my parents hated. So that's also a thing. He was not a good match for me. And even just recently, I thought that I was over the whole, like, not choosing guys who were good for me. But the last guy that I was talking to before Jared, there was 1 week where he just tried his hardest to push all my buttons and we argued the entire week. And I'm not an argumentative or confrontational person at all. I actually hate confrontation. And I just kept begging him, please, can we not argue today? And the fact that I continued to entertain this person even after that was like, ooh, girl, you just like the attention. You need to stop. Whereas like Jared doesn't have a mean bone in his body, would never try to push my buttons or even consider trying to push my buttons. We have respectful adult conversations. We've never argued. We've never had fights. If something comes up, which it rarely does, we'll just like have a check-in with each other and be like, how are you doing? Did this thing bother you? How are you feeling about it? That is a quintessential adult relationship. That's how it should be. And I can't believe that I ever entertained anybody else. We have a respectful relationship. And I think at the end of the day, that's the most important thing to find, is just someone who respects you and you just gel with. And if you think that you can look past somebody's problems and issues and like red flags and insecurities and things, you can't. You can't. I'm sorry. They're going to sabotage the relationship because of their own problems and their own insecurities. They're going to hurt you because of their own problems, their own insecurities. You need to let them go. And I'm very grateful that the guy that I was talking to, he actually let me go himself. And I was like, thank God, because I needed that. I was giving him too much of a chance, to be honest. When we clearly were not a good match from the very beginning. We had two different of viewpoints. We just had opposing ideas on things, and it just wasn't gonna work. I don't know what to give him for a gift. None of these feel hippie to me. Maybe this? Sure. If he doesn't like this, I'm gonna cry. I don't know what he wants. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. If you feel like you're butting heads with your boyfriend or your girlfriend or non-binary partner, whomever you are with, if you feel like you're butting heads with them constantly, that's a huge issue. It's a gigantic issue. And just really, please, for me, do it for me. Just take a step back and reevaluate and maybe just let them go. And that's not just for new relationships. That's for, if you've been in a marriage for 10 years and you just act like you despise each other. Don't be in that marriage anymore. Find someone who you gel with better. Find someone where you don't feel like you're on edge, where you don't feel like you can't say things because they'll react a certain way. Like, find someone who you mesh with where it's easy, it's not complicated, it doesn't feel like you're pushing and pulling to make things work. Like, it's just comfortable. That's what you need. Just find someone where it feels like you don't have to put on a facade, you don't have to act like someone you're not, you don't have to worry about what they're gonna say or how they're gonna feel. You can just be yourself unequivocally, and they can be themselves unequivocally, and it just works. It just works. Because there are people out there for you who are exactly like you. There's no way that there's everybody's unique, but there's no way there's not two people in the world that aren't exactly alike. Or very, very, very similar. And there is somebody out there who's just like you. I promise. My boyfriend is just like me. That's why we do so well together. We mesh on so many issues. We'll have days where we just lay on the couch and play video games all day in our pajamas. And that's great. We love it. It's good quality time. Whereas you might be a person who, maybe that sounds terrible, but then you can find somebody who's like, let's go out, let's do fun things. You'll find that person. I promise. You are not the only person in the world just like you. And I'm gonna be real with you. online dating makes it a lot easier to find the person who's just like you because there's so many choices. Don't be like these two. These two are actually not compatible at all. I'm just trying to beat the game. Well, I will say their personality points are pretty similar, like, except for the fact that he's introverted and he's extroverted, whatever. They do get along in, like, core values, which I guess is good. But don't settle for someone who's just matching your core values. Don't be like these two. Find someone who, like, you really, really gel with. Because, yeah, these two, it's not really a great match. They'll probably be together for, like, a year, and then they'll split, you know? Yay, we did it though. Oh, good. This ill-suited match. Oh, whoa. Not a great couple, but they're a couple. But yeah, all this to say, it's not gonna be easy for you to find, like, the person you're meant to be with. At the end of the day, like, it's never easy, and you're probably gonna kiss a lot of frogs before you find your prince. Hate to say it, but it's true. Especially if you're, like, younger than me and you haven't had the experience yet, and you don't know what it feels like to be in, like, a loving, healthy relationship yet. You don't know what you're expecting out of a partner yet. Oh, baby. You're gonna kiss so many frogs. But don't get discouraged because honestly, like, if I hadn't had the experience of dating all those other people that I did before dating my current boyfriend, I don't think it would be going as well as it's going because I know exactly the kind of person that I want to be with, and I know exactly the kind of communication style that's most effective, and I've just moved past my insecurities to the point where I don't have to worry, like, is he texting other women? Is he going behind my back? Things like that. I've worked on myself enough that I don't have to project things onto him. Yeah, let's get some nerds in here. And it's possible that maybe you're still in the stage of whenever your boyfriend doesn't get back to you in a few hours, you're like, he's talking to other women. In which case, please, with all the love and respect in my heart, please work on yourself. Because as soon as you get past that for yourself, and as soon as you learn to love yourself and no longer be insecure about those things, your relationship will benefit from it so much. But also, if you're in a relationship and you are doing things to cause your partner to have insecurities, stop doing that shit. Don't message other people on the side. But anyway, if you're young, don't worry, you got time. If you're old, don't worry, there's people out there for you. There's always gonna be people out there who are looking for love and looking for a soulmate. So just try not to stress about this whole dating thing. I know there's a lot to it, and the dating scene is honestly weirder than it's ever been. But I think if you can, like, learn to adapt to it, but also not lose yourself in the process, that's probably the best way to go about it. I was incredibly straightforward in my bio about exactly who I wanted, and that's how I got who I'm with. So don't be afraid to put it all out there and say exactly what you want. Anyways, that was just a couple little tips and tricks at the end there for you. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing, but I hope that helped at least a little bit. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for watching. If you are looking for love currently, if you're in the dating scene, let me know how it's going. Leave a comment. Or if you have some really good dating tips, you know what? Leave them in the comments for other people. They could use it, probably, if they're watching this video. I don't know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!